You're listening to Young Adulting 101. I am your host, Shaina Pisigan, and I am making this podcast to share some life tips and tricks for young adults in the 21st century. For today's episode, we're going to talk about working smart. What does it mean and how to do it? Work smarter, not harder, is a phrase many workers have heard throughout their careers. A phrase that often echoes the image of a high level executive on a beach with a smartphone in the right hand and a cocktail in the left hand. That touches our emotional and intellectual desires, right? But in other words, working smart essentially means figuring out what your strengths are and building a network around you in order to reach goals in the quickest and most efficient way possible. Here are 5 tips that can help you work smarter. Number 1. Improve your time management skills. Easier said than done? Well, no, actually, because there are a few simple rules that can really help you to manage time better. For example, when setting up a top priority task, you need to switch off the phone and ignore your email first. Then you need to abandon any ideas of multitasking, as that will slow you down and ruin your focus. And finally, set a reasonable deadline and do everything in your power to meet it. Number 2. Speed up your typing and use shortcuts. These days, we are all keyboard slaves. So why not speed up your typing and try to get rid of the two-finger syndrome? In fact, you can actually save 21 days per year just by typing fast. This is exactly what I am doing now, but if you need help, there are applications and games that will help you learn to type fast. Also, using shortcuts on the keyboard is another time saver and can speed up your work. For example, press F2 to rename a selected file, while Ctrl plus I will put selected text in italics. There are so many of these, and if you make the effort to learn them, they can really be helpful. Number 3. Use your phone wisely. Instead of writing long messages, sometimes it's better to pick up the phone and dial the number of your friend or your colleague. It saves time, especially for important or urgent discussions. And if that friend or colleague is just few steps away from your workplace, it is even better to go and talk to him or her. It gives you a break, you get some exercise, and you actually make human contact, which is becoming quite rare in this electronic world. Number 4. Expect failure and fight paranoia. When failure shows its ugly head, some people get a bit paranoid and fear that this may become the end of their career. Projects may go wrong, and remember that failure should be expected rather than feared. Learning lessons from failure and analyzing what went wrong is the best way forward. As Richard Branson said, don't be embarrassed by your failures. Learn from them and start again. And for number 5, learn as much as you can. You should always be on a steep learning curve. Look at your skills profile and determine where you need to fill a gap. Talk to important connections and network in your craft. Keep up to date on trends and developments. It is a fact-changing world. When an opportunity arises, you will be the best equipped to seize it because you have never stopped learning. And that is just another way of working smarter. The bottom line is that the key to greater productivity is to work smarter, not harder. Working smarter saves precious time and energy for the things that really matter: your life goals, your personal growth, your health, and your relationships. So stop working for more hours and start working smarter. Thank you so much for listening. See you on the next episode of Young Adulting 101. This is your host, Shaina Pisigan. Goodbye and have a great day.